I feel like Brompton is what Thug Yoda from Insecure calls Compton. Y'all, look at what my bathroom has become. Remember the drip that I said that was just right there? It's now outside of the tub and on my floor. It was dripping on my mat, which is why I heard it. It was like... So I emailed my landlord because, first of all, I can't even, I won't be able to wash my butt. Look, it's just dripping consistently and it's ruining my tub. Like, look at that darkness. And I sent them a video. What is happening? Y'all, if there's one thing this situation is teaching me, it's teaching me to speak up for myself and to not settle for okay. So recently, my friend sent me like a quote from this book. I think it's like a daily message type of book. And it was saying, we confuse like okay with, like we settle for okay because it's not awful. Something around that. I'll put it on the screen somewhere, I think, if I figure out how to do that. And we were talking about a situation with her, and like I was like, yeah, girl, don't settle. And I'm not realizing, you know, because I'm not in that situation that she was in other areas of my life, I'm settling too. Like the shower, how I told y'all in last week's vlog, it was an issue for me, so much so that I had to plug it up, right? Because I'm like, this is annoying to me, but it's okay. It's not terrible. It's not to the point where I need to complain to my landlord, who I pay rent, about an issue in the house that I'm paying for. You know what I'm saying? But I had to wait till it got to a point of, this is awful. This is literally like, it's dripping on the floor outside of the shower where I'm putting a towel on the floor. There's a bucket on the floor. I don't want to come back. Like, I'm scared when I go, I'm leaving now, coming back home, I'm not going to have like a puddle of like literally just water in my bath, like all it is. And I had to wait for it to get to this point to say something to my landlord. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to settle in any area of my life. If I'm not okay with it, it's okay for me to be not okay with it and say something about it. And my thought literally was like, well, I don't know how they will resolve this issue, because it seems like it's because of my AC, and like it's the summer, like I'm gonna have to run the AC. But it's like, that's not my problem to fix. I'm paying you rent to fix it. Like, so if there's anything I can tell you, don't settle for okay just because it's not awful. Okay? Oh, if y'all also, I'm watching Smart, Funny, and Black. Have y'all tried this? It's so good. And it's it has prebiotics, plant fiber, and I'm not really a pop girl, but it gave. I picked it up at Whole Foods because I just wanted to try it because everybody was talking about it. Only 5 grams of sugar. And it gives. I've heard like that it was nasty, but it's really good. Okay, so here are the deets. Olipop combines the classic soda you know and love with prebiotics, plant fiber, and botanicals to support your microbiome and digestive health. Finally, a refreshing soda that's actually good for you. This is so amazing. It's vegan, paleo. I just love healthy alternatives. Like, I don't, I'm gonna say every video, y'all, as I am over 30, like I really have been, I mean, in the past few years, even before turning 30, I've been really adamant about like choosing, you know, better, whatever I put in my body. I don't always get it right 100% of the time, but this is exciting for me. It's just really exciting for me. Sponsor me, y'all. I'll tell everybody to buy your stuff. Peace, y'all. It is Tuesday and the work week is back. If you don't know, well, by the time you see this video, it'll be past, obviously, this time. But yesterday I got off because it was Juneteenth, and today I am working again on my everything. Like, I started working on my business and everything last night. And then today, I wanted to share a story with y'all because I got I don't want to say an interesting text, but I got, basically, as an entrepreneur and as a visionary, as a person who likes to build community, I really prioritize partnerships, right? And I'm also a Libra. Like, I love to work with people. Like, I have an organization called the Visionary Collective, which is a collective of Black women that are doing work for the community of Houston. In my business, I've partnered with many different people. And so, especially with Black women, I love to partner with them. Over the course of like the past almost 4 years I've been in business, I've been learning how to discern like when partnerships aren't in alignment. And today, it happened again. And so I really, what they say about boundaries is like, it's not something that you tell someone like, hey, don't do this to me. It's something that you set a standard for yourself, and then other people either get with it or they get lost, you know? And so I'm the type of person where, as it pertains to my business, things can be fluid, right? As long as we are respecting one another and we are communicating with one another. I have lots of meetings all the time. And so in those meetings, sometimes life happens and we have to adjust, right? And some people are more receptive to this, other people are not. Now, I am a big girl. I am a big proponent of respecting my time and respecting other people's time. And I also know that we are all human and things change based on our capacities that change any given day. And so I recently had a situation where this past weekend, I had a meeting scheduled that got rescheduled because of somebody else, right? The original meeting got rescheduled because of a miscommunication or misunderstanding. And so we rescheduled it to another weekend where I had a lot of things going on. And after that meeting was supposed to be after that weekend. And so once I didn't realize how little capacity I would have after the weekend. I don't know who I thought I was, truthfully. But after attending all the events, doing all the things, I remembered that I had the meeting the next day. And so I reached out to the person, let them know, hey, can we reschedule again? I apologize. You know, I basically overestimated my capacity. And the response I got was basically, I value my time. We're not in alignment, you know, et cetera, et cetera. And my response was, I respect your perspective. I too have a perspective that is to respect my body and my limits. And specifically what kind of put me off in the text was, I have been exhausted and I've continued to show up. As if that was supposed to make me feel guilty for honoring my body's exhaustion and not showing up to something that I knew I did not have the capacity for. And I shared in my response, like, thank you for your perspective. And I maintain my perspective, and it is clear based on both of our perspectives that we are not in alignment, because those that I have been working with understand that we operate as humans and not as machines. And so for me, it's super important to work with people who understand that, because had we done an event together, had we created a collaboration and then they were expecting me to show up past my capacity, it would have been a failure. And I'm glad that this happened. Now, old Lonnie would have been frustrated, mad, upset, one that I disappointed somebody. Like, it took a lot for me to even send the text that, like, I can't make it and I apologize, can we reschedule? Because I was like, well, can I push myself? Like, my body was literally in pain, throbbing, you feel me? And I was still considering going to this meeting when I had nothing left to give. And so for me to send that text and get that response, it was like a great indicator that we are not in alignment, and that's okay. And I'm so glad that I'm at a point where I'm not judging myself for the fact that somebody doesn't approve of me, right? Because I'm sure I left a bad taste in their mouth. I am confident of it, and that is okay. Everybody does not have to like me. Everybody does not have to be a fan of me. And wherever you are in your journey, I just encourage you to stand on your boundaries, right? Like, know your limits and abide by them, because the people that respect them will be in alignment with you and they will flow to you. And so, yeah, I'm just really proud of myself. So I just wanted to share that. I hope y'all are having a great day in your own lives. I got to get back to work. I got quite a bit to do, but yeah, happy Tuesday. Peace, beautiful. I am back. I am taking a break from work, but I wanted to share something with you all because do you feel the sun? Do you see the sun? I'm charging myself right now, but sort of related, unrelated. I started reading this book last night. Like, oh, can you see it? It is called Eating for Beauty. It is a very old book. It's from 2003. But I picked it up. This was probably back in 2019. That's a lie. 2021, maybe. 2020 or 2021. And it was a half price book that was going out of business or whatever. And is this still recording? It is. It was going out of business, and so I was gathering up all the books that called to me. And so what I love about doing stuff like that is like, you never know when these books is gonna hit. You know, here we are in 2023, 3 years later, and I ended up moving the book because I was trying to fit my iPad into the nook where it was. And I was like, something in my spirit said, open it. Open the book, Lonnie. And so I opened the book, and here's what I found. I found so much information about eating and how you can eat for beauty. Now, when I first picked up this book, first of all, it's a white woman on the cover. I was like, is it for me? But Spirit said, get the book. But throughout the book, it talks about the elements of the beauty diet. What? Look at God! I did not know this was on this page, but this is exactly what I'm doing. This is why I started the video, to give y'all some insight. Like, I started charging my water back in 2019. That's for real. And I love seeing the science behind these things. Okay. And like, this man, David Wolf, has studied this, and he also practices a raw food diet. And so I just wanted y'all to read this. Putting water in the direct sunshine charges the water as well. So charging your water is very powerful. Like, water is a very powerful, is it called an element or whatever? Basically, I'm all about living the highest vibration that I can. And I think I've shared with you all that my eating and just my care for my body has been something that I've been working through. And like, I've honestly been fighting the fact that I think I need to be like for real plant-based and like stop playing around with it. Like, I started my plant-based journey back in 2019. When I graduated, it was the most depressed, most anxious I'd ever been. Also was the heaviest weight I'd ever been, because grad school was hell. Okay. And now, and at that time, everything in my spirit, I just got an awakening that was like, you need to eat plant-based. And I had never heard of that before. Like, I had literally never heard of that before, but that was where my spirit was calling me to do. And so like, there was like a purging that happened. And so I had released a lot of weight, emotionally and physically. And since then, I've been like dibbling and dabbling. Like, sometimes I'll eat meat, sometimes I'll eat dairy. And when I do that, I get bloated, I get constipated. It's just not good for me. And I always just be like, well, it's just because it's a little different and you ain't been eating like that. Well, yeah, also because my body is reacting. Like, it don't matter if I ain't eaten nothing in a long time. If it's good for my body will react positively to it. And so it's been a struggle. It's been a struggle. But more recently, it's been a struggle because I've been putting on weight. And part of that was due to a lot of stress from things that, again, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to catch y'all up. It's a lot to catch y'all up on. But I was being really hard on myself around the fact that I had put on weight. And I'm like, okay, I want to be healthier, but I don't want it to be based on how I look. And so being drawn to this book was just like a reminder that the divine hears me, and also my past self knew what future me needed. And so I'm really excited. I went through this book at like 10 o'clock last night and just was like looking at different foods. Like, they have different like raw lunch ideas, snack ideas, and it just like it has a lot of like information on different foods and like the benefits of the foods health wise, like how they help you and stuff. So I'm really excited to keep to start implementing some of these things into my like way of being, and I will definitely keep y'all updated on that, guys. So I am getting ready to make this salad that I'll just like put a screenshot so y'all can see like the vibes. But I had it soaking in like water, a little bit of salt, and some apple cider vinegar, and it smells so good. It really reminds me of like Thai food. And so as I shared, I'm on my like transitioning to like raw for like, I would say maybe 50% of my diet. And this is exciting me because if it smells good and it ain't been cooked, wish y'all could smell this. I wish you could.
Feel your ocean come to my moon. Let our rain become a monsoon. I want the rush. I want the rush. Feel your ocean come to my moon. Let our rain become a monsoon. I want the rush. I want the rush.
Here's the salad and my homemade dressing. I'm so excited. When I tell you this salad slap in a way that I never thought a salad could slap. Sis knew what she was doing when she combined these flavors. Like, it's cilantro in here. So if you don't like, if you one of those people that like, it tastes soapy to you, leave out the cilantro. Red cabbage, which is surprisingly sweet on its own. I was not expecting that. Carrots, cucumbers, edamame, red pepper, scallions, romaine lettuce, and then the dressing, homemade. It got ginger in it, soy sauce. And it's supposed to have basil in it, but I didn't have no fresh basil. I forgot to get that at the store, so I put like dry basil leaves in the seasoning in the dressing. It had sesame oil in there. Almond butter. The recipe calls for cashew butter, but that shit is expensive. And I didn't feel like making it at home, so I bought the little $2 packet from Whole Foods of almond butter, sriracha, maple syrup. Baby, I think I could do this raw life. Cause this is considered raw, like, right? Like, none of this is cooked. And those, is oil considered not raw? But honestly, I had tried the salad without dressing, and it was still fire. So if I do like a raw cleanse or something, if I just want to make the salad raw, I could just leave out the what was I saying? Oh, I don't even know. Let me eat the salad. Bye. What's cracking? I am eating my lunch, which is my leftover salad that I made, the edamame crunch salad. Very tasty. I added some avocado today, but y'all, I think I'm allergic to avocado because one of my friends, she was allergic to avocado and she told me she would get like nausea and like stuff like that. I'm starting to feel that way when I eat avocado. Like, if I put it on something, at first I was like, oh, maybe I put too much avocado because I get really nauseous. But now it's just like whenever I put it on there, oh, craziness. I really also want to get like a cute apron. Recommendations, drop in the comments. But I wanted to share with y'all something that I mentioned from that book, Eating for Beauty. And so I've been practicing it as it pertains also to my human design. And it helps as well. So I shared with y'all that my human design digestion is calm. So I need to have a calm environment, not like very overstimulating or like distracting from what it is that I'm eating. Like just something that's just like, relax, chew, chew, chew. And so, child, guide me to the page. But basically it was saying like how when we're chewing, we need to like basically liquefy our food before swallowing. And I feel like that's why eating fast contributes to bloating, because we just be like take a couple bites and then we swallow. And then like they had a quote in here that said your mouth has teeth, your stomach doesn't. And so it's like if you sit back and think about like, oh, I took a couple bites and I swallowed, everything's gonna break down. Like, yes, eventually gonna break down, but it's gonna be much more difficult. That's what leads to bloating. That's what leads to like constipation and stuff like that. And so for me, as a person who like, I'm a manifesting generator, Enneagram 7. I be looking up all the personality things. I'm trying to know myself, okay? And I'm always on the go. I'm always feeling like it's something to do, rushing through life. And so in order for me to help myself like ground and slow down and stay present, I have to really like sit and eat slowly, like do things that, or if I'm eating and I'm watching something, like, which I try to avoid doing, it's very difficult because it's such a habit from childhood, you know what I'm saying? But I really want to just take it easy when I'm eating, because I want my body to not be like, damn, she eating again, like we gotta we gotta digest this food, so yeah. But my friend actually gave me like such a good recommendation for myself, is to like, since I've been on this plant-based journey and now transitioning to like having like raw vegan meals, is more introducing that more into my diet, like creating like a little cookbook for myself, for me to use on the recipes that I really like, and like and also something to pass down to my descendants eventually. Like when I was younger, my mom had these little like index cards of like her recipes for stuff, and so I want to have like a little notebook of my things that I love to eat, that kind of represent my personality as well. And like she really affirmed me. I don't think she knows she did, but like I need to tell her she did. She's like, you've been getting really creative. And I'm just like, I used to think I was just not creative. Like when I was younger, I thought creative meant like you can create art. And art, I mean, in a sense, like art that most people would like. And so as a kid, like in art class and things like arts and crafts, I always felt like I wasn't good enough. And so I was like, well, then I'm not creative then. But I created a whole business, okay? I create events, I create workshops, I create meals. Like I am a creative individual. I'm always creating. I create my day, you feel me? So if you ever thinking you are not creative, baby, think about what you created today. You know what I'm saying? I just want to offer the affirmation to you. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Eat your food slow. Don't be talking and recording a video like me. Bye. Let's start collecting, y'all. It is Thursday, and it has been quite a day. I've gotten a lot done, like for work and also for my business. I met with my career coach today, and so she helped me to get clear on how to just create a solid onboarding system for my spiritual life coaching clients that I'm about to open my books for. It's a little nerve-wracking because I haven't had clients in a while, but I've been invited to get back into it, I feel, because I randomly had somebody book a consultation with me. Mind you, I had removed my consultation link from all the places I thought people could get to them, but I forgot that on my email list, when people join, I prompt them somewhere with that. And so, yeah, it was a reminder that like, wow, you have automation systems in place that are really benefiting you. Yay me. I just forgot about them. But I'm really proud of myself, and I'm really excited about that, mainly because it's a reminder to me, and really like a revealing happening, I guess, that like I don't have to be on social media to grow my business or to get clients. And I was telling my career coach that I felt like for so long, that's the place where I had to be. And that's what everybody tells you. You got to be on social media. You got to be on social media. Now, I do have a profile, yes. But the way in which I go about getting clients is not going to be by showing up on Instagram every day, being inspirational, like giving a good laugh, or just, whatever. Like, if people want to see me or be in my aura or whatever, one, they're gonna have to like invest. Like even you all watching these videos, you're investing your time, and I appreciate it so much, right? But like that's an investment. When I'm watching other people's YouTube videos, especially if the length of mine are longer, you ain't never getting time back, okay? And so like that's where you'll find me. Okay, not on Instagram for a quick 1-2 in those, or TikTok. It just doesn't feel authentic to me anymore. It doesn't feel like a space where I can thrive anymore. Like it's a place where you can, if you want my Instagram, you can have it, Loving the Journey. If you want my TikTok, you can have it, Loving the Journey. But as far as like getting to know me, like you're gonna have to be a client, you're gonna have to be in my circle, be a friend, all those other things. And so I'm really excited that I can still grow my business without being on the socials. So yeah. I just wanted to share that in case there was anybody out there that is watching this and is just like, just so down in the dumps about having to be on social media and be present and post 3 times a week and be on your stories and be on the lives and yada, yada, yada. Like, there are no limits to how God can move, okay? I do not operate in a limited life. And so whatever it is that I want to do, I'm going to do that. And I don't want to be on social media regularly. Like I said, when I first got back on these vlogs, you might get me once a month for a check-in and be like, hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Make sure you subscribe to my blog. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube. See you next month. Like, that's really all I got for Instagram and TikTok. That's really it. And then if I'm doing like branded deals or whatever, like, which I don't even want to get caught up in that, because I feel like that also requires me to be present on social media, and I don't want to be required to be anywhere. I want to go there because I want to go there. So it's crazy what happens when you get off social media and get a little bit of clarity. Like, there were so many things I thought I wanted, and it was simply because I was so present on social media that I thought like, oh, this is the way that I get this. Like, this is how I get the big bucks, like getting the bigger brand deals. But it's like, no, I actually can get money elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? I actually can get a lot of money elsewhere, and I'm open to those. I'm not limiting myself anymore, and it feels really good. So be the limitless being that you are. All right.